How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be hopping into some ranked seasons. I'm going to be playing a game on Hall of Fame, which I have not done in quite some time, and I'm also going to be going through some slow motion PCI placements, some slow motion swings, trying to analyze the game a little bit. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. And as you can see from this updated schedule, we will have an event coming out in the next few days featuring players who did not reach the 2020 postseason, and then another event on the same day that we're kind of expecting some MLB The Show 21 news to take place. We'll have that brand new event that will consist of award series players, monthly award series players, as well as finest cards. So that event looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and go through a squad update. I did pick up that finest Francisco Lindor from MLB The Show 18, as well as the finest Pat Neshek, the relief pitcher. So completed those collections for finest cards, and I did mix up the rotation / bullpen a little bit. Just put in Trevor Bauer, Jacob deGrom, still recovering from his previous start. So we'll go ahead and hop into a game on All-Star to start with. I'm at like 690 rating, and this was actually from the previous season because the brand new ranked seasons just started up today, I believe, or maybe yesterday. Anyway, the very first base hit that we're giving up in this game, or one of the first hits of the ball games, in the top of the 5th inning. So not too much action on offense in this one, but he does get a double with David Ortiz down the third baseline. Now he's going to lay down a sacrifice bunt, not really a suicide squeeze. He wasn't stealing home, but he does lay down the bunt and score the first run of the ball game. So I only have one base hit in this game. It was a late base hit, and now we're sending one deep with Babe Ruth. I wanted to analyze this swing in slow motion, and the reason why I want to do this is I've noticed my timing has been off. My PCI placement has not been as consistent as it once was, or when I was playing this game more consistently. But if you notice there, at the point when I made contact, I actually moved the PCI like up and down. I'm not sure if it's because my controller joystick is shaking, as you can see a little bit in some of these swings. It does shake. I'm not sure if it's part of that. I'm not sure if I need a brand new controller, and I'm not really sure if I'm doing something different with the PCI. As you'll see though later on in some of these clips, then my swings start to get a little bit better. They start to become a little bit more fluid, or I guess smooth, when moving the PCI. Just things that I picked up on as I'm kind of editing these videos, as I'm kind of looking at how I was playing earlier in the year compared to how I've been playing in terms of my consistency at the plate. And I wanted to analyze this stuff and provide some information for you all, because I have not been posting as many videos as I would like to. But here we get one a little bit below the zone. I kind of want to show you the placement on this one. It is a hit and run, but once again, moving the PCI up and down at the last second, that's not really the best way to take some of these swings. It works out once in a while, but that's not the best way to consistently hit. You want to kind of set the PCI in a specific place and be very smooth with your movement towards the baseball to minimize the amount of penalty that you get for moving the PCI as you're pressing the X button. And I want to talk a little bit about exactly what I mean by that as we move along here in this video. We will have a couple of good examples with slow motion swings where we're using players that have live series quirks, or finest players that have those types of quirks that minimize that penalty in itself, as well as that fluidness of the PCI moving to the baseball. Here we had Craig Biggio in off the bench, and we actually broke that game open a little bit. A late base hit, yes, but I was sitting in that location. I guess I got the good part of the bat to the ball. I'm not really sure about that hit, but we did end up winning that last game 7-1. In this particular game, this one is on Hall of Fame, so the timing windows are a little bit different. If you notice there, I did move the PCI up there. That pitch was up above his head, up above the strike zone, and we just missed it. I was a little bit late. Then we end up actually getting a very late base hit. The very next batter, Mickey Mantle, jam shot that gets through the diamond fielding third baseman. Anyway, later in this one, top of the third, Jimmy Rollins up. I'm going with a two-seam fastball inside, and that can kind of be a dangerous pitch. You can sometimes freeze the hitter where they will take it for strike 3, or they'll hit it out for a home run. And in that case, he did hit it out. In this next inning, or at least the bottom of the 5th, we get a very early base knock, or I guess an error by the third baseman this time around. It counted as a hit. I'm not really sure. That's kind of a borderline play. But it was a very early pitch, cutter low and away, that we pulled for an infield base knock. Now we hit a pretty good swing here, a pretty solid hit all around. It is going to be a 2-run shot, and I want you to take a look at this swing right here. I guess, the way the ball came off the bat did not look the greatest, but that was probably the best swing I've taken thus far. That wasn't a perfect. That was, just on the early side of good, right before the perfect window, and I squared it up with the PCI pretty good, even though it didn't look that good off the bat in real time. This next batter, Ken Griffey Jr., off the bench, hitting for Dinelson Lamet, and that's going to give us a guy in scoring position. Now, this swing, I'm not really sure how I got rewarded on this cutter up and away. Maybe he was trying to throw it middle away or low and away and missed with early feedback. But this swing, it was off the end of the bat. PCI was right down the middle. That was a center swing, and I got extremely lucky with that 2-run homer. Now, it is going to help significantly because it does allow us to keep the batting lineup going. We got the top of the order. We passed the pitcher. Now we got something cooking here with 2 down. And Fernando Tatis coming up, who is 0 for 2. This swing was probably the best swing I've taken in this video up until this point. I want you to take a look at this slow motion feedback. This time we're going to go into a little bit of a slower frame rate at 1/4 the speed. But if you take a look, I'm sitting low and I just react with good timing. Of course, we don't have any of those quirks activated in this situation. We do have the clutch factor or the clutch attribute activated. Other than that, there's not really anything there. But it was a fluid swing, PCI to the baseball, and we hit the no-doubter. Now, I left the pitcher in, Framber Valdez, for 2 innings of work. And that's one of the things I noticed with relievers this year is that if you do leave them in for a second inning, even if they only throw like 5 or 6 pitches in the first inning, if you leave them out there, they are going to get hit around for whatever reason. The stamina in relievers just acts in a weird way this year, and I just noticed that throughout playing. But this is another swing. I want you to take a look at, this is what I'm talking about, moving the PCI fluid to the baseball and pressing X at the same time. That swing, if you notice there, Juan Soto actually starts his swing as I'm moving the PCI from the middle inside portion of the strike zone all the way to the top of the strike zone, and the pitch is almost a ball up above the strike zone. So I just wanted to kind of analyze a few swings there, talk about, some things that I noticed. I noticed that I'm kind of double reacting, or a term that I've used in my hitting tips videos, something that I do not recommend to do. I've been doing it a lot, and I think it's just a matter of not playing the game as much, and that's why I've been in a little bit of a slump, or at least not really putting good at-bats together, not seeing the ball well, not making great contact consistently because of those reactions, because I'm not picking up the ball, whether it's a strike or a ball, or picking up the exact pitch out of the pitcher's hand, just little things like that. But I just wanted to kind of go through a few of those things. Slow motion PCI placement and slow motion swings are always nice to take a look at. I know that we're waiting for MLB The Show 21, but until then, we'll continue to play this game and try and get a little bit better before the end of the year. But thank you all for watching. I'm College Lefty. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.